Hey, this is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling. If it sounds a little different, it's because I forgot my microphone and my laptop charger in Clearwater, like an idiot. Um, so I'm going to use my headset. It definitely sounds different. I tested it out, but at least it's clear. Um, this is, boy, it just happened December 30th, 2020. And this is Platinum versus AEW Dynamite. This was the tribute to Brody Lee show. Um, Simple notes, simple reactions are what a lovely fucking show. Just a really wonderful show. And of course, I, I, I didn't get choked up that much during the show. I think because I was trying to take it in and make sure I was kind of observing everything and kind of taking in how what a good job everybody did and how sincere everybody was. And, I really admire the wrestlers who had to come through under very trying circumstances. It's really difficult. And Tony Khan, of course, and Cody and the higher ups deserve all the credit in the world as well. I think it was just a lovely tribute, and I mean, his family was completely involved in everything. It was just really wonderful. I'm getting choked up now um, because, my God, he was 41, and that's 7 years younger than me. And you know, uh, as anybody who listens to this who knows me knows, I mean, I'm all about my kids. It's really changed me as a person. I would think and hope for the better. Um, I would quite literally do anything for them. And so when there's the loss of a guy, I say it all the time when I sort of make fun of friends of mine, or say half joking, half seriously, like the ones that don't have kids. I'm like, damn it, you're leaving me to fight this war alone. And, you know, great parents set the foundation for having great kids. And Brody Lee obviously was a very loving father. And his wife seems like an absolutely lovely woman who I can't imagine what she's going through right now, but they're steadfast through it all, and the kids seem like they're going to be okay, and that alone is kind of a wonderful, beautiful thing. As for the show itself, I thought, everybody being out there, that's the picture that I'm going to choose to use for this to be showing during this audio. Is It was lovely. Moxley, again, I hate to use wrestling parlance when it's something serious like this, um, but man, what a what a what a beautiful thing where he talked. I don't want to call it a promo. It was really wonderful. It's just this incredible outpouring, and he captured the flavor of the moment, which Tony Khan and others alluded to, which is, my God, everybody's had all these wonderful Brody Lee stories and moments, and that picture collage at the end was just really wonderful. The little snapshots and slideshow, and lots of people contributing pictures through all stages of his career and with his family, and I just thought it was just wonderful. The first match, which was Private Party and Matt Hardy against Young Bucks and Colt Cabana. Young Bucks and Colt Cabana. I mean, of course, any of the face teams with the Dark Order, that was wonderful. But really, the de facto heel teams did just a great job. I mean, this stuff is really superficial, it's what I do. I kind of cover the gambit of stuff, and even who they were choosing to get pinned and stuff, it was all like there was a kind of presence and a consciousness about everything that was done tonight. That was really lovely, and I think it kind of shows AEW's momentum, where they're able to quickly kind of galvanize and all work together to do this wonderful, beautiful thing together. Where they're still mindful somewhat of the fact that, we got to come back and do another show next week, guys, but at the same time, they really did set the atmosphere properly. I think Tony Khan did this very well, which is like, we're going to get back into it next week, guys. We absolutely are, but Tonight we're doing this. And I thought, Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone and Excalibur did a really great job. Tony Schiavone in particular. There was only one time where I was kind of like, what are these guys talking about? And it was actually annoying because it almost took me out of the whole moment of a great 2 hour show. I mean, when they were talking about what, his wrestling gear looked like, and it was just very bizarre, but it is what it is. Beyond that, it's just nothing but good stuff. Young Bucks and Colt Cabana go over with the Spike Tombstone and the Superman pin for Colt Cabana. Colt Cabana, I think, really encapsulated how everybody was feeling. Obviously, the Dark Order people, the people that worked immediately with Brody Lee or who had known him the longest, took it the hardest. But it wasn't about who deserved it more and the most. That's silly. But you could tell Colt Cabana was having a tough time, but I think he got through it. Everybody got him through it, and then that match happened. Having the Acclaimed come out, I thought was kind of a great thing, believe it or not, because it really set the tone of like, oh boy, like we're not just gonna do things of no consequence. We're gonna play with your emotions a little bit, and I thought that was a great move. The Acclaimed come out, and they're gonna spoil this Dark Order thing, and then SCU attacks them. I loved it. And then, the Young Bucks give them the double super kicks, and then Colt Cabana takes them both down with bionic elbows. Just a really sweet, nice moment. And, because, of course, I'm sympathetic because at any kind of emotional things, and I'll talk about this on Patreon, I'll tell stories of when I had to be the biggest jerk in the room at sort of important sort of tribute shows, emotional shows that went beyond pro wrestling. And I would always take the role of I will be the literal scapegoat. I will take in all the bad energy and give the catharsis through the wrestling and take the big stunt, take the big bump, take the big hit, whatever it took to give the crowd the feeling that they needed to have. And so I really, whether it's Private Party and Matt Hardy, Eddie Kingston, Butcher, and Blade, who I think did a really phenomenal job. Santana Ortiz and MJF in particular. MJF taking that kendo stick hit from Brody's kid. Britt Baker and Penelope Ford, another great job. And then Hobbs Starks, Brian Cage. I thought all of that was really wonderful. I just wanted to point them out because they were an integral part of the evening as well, right? It's always important to remember that. So then we had we're going to have Anna Jay versus Britt Baker and Penelope Ford later. Uno Grayson and Archer against Eddie and Butcher and Blade. On and on. We went to commercial. When we came back, Darby Allin. That was really interesting. Darby talking that much, which doesn't usually happen. And he's talking just how much he wanted to wrestle Brody Lee and how he wishes he could have wrestled Brody Lee. And people talked about different things. This one really struck me though because it's a reminder of like, he's gone and you're not going to be able to wrestle him. And I just thought, man, like it's just so lovely the way that they're doing this. It didn't feel in any sense exploitive. It didn't feel sensationalistic. I'm glad they said something like, this isn't about ratings. I think Tony Schiavone said this is about ratings and this kind of nonsense. It's about paying tribute to a good man. That sentiment is just really lovely. The second match with Lance Archer, Evil Uno, and Stu Grayson. At first I was like, what is Lance Archer wearing? And then it was like, oh, he's wearing the Luke Harper gear. And Lance Archer seemed to kind of come alive in this match in a different way. It was really cool. I know that sounds really crazy, but that's how I saw it. Eddie Kingston cuts the great promo, which is equal parts, I love you and miss you, and then but the rest of these guys are scrubs, and immediately pulling us into a wrestling context so we could have catharsis and enjoy the match in that way. I know some people will critique Eddie Kingston for this promo because they don't understand what he's doing, but I get you, Eddie. It's fucking brilliant, and it's the only thing you could do to really have a great wrestling experience as well as what this show was trying to accomplish in honoring Brody Lee. I loved it. The match ends in the fatality, so Evil Uno and Stu Grayson basically get the win for their team. Eddie just goes in there, and he's the scapegoat. He just takes the beat down from everybody, including a short arm clothesline from Jake Roberts. I've taken a few of those in my day. um, then we hear from a variety of people. Boy, this part really got to me. When Dax talked, I thought that was lovely. Arn, Colt, and then that referee just broke my heart. And he coined one of the best lines of the night when he was like, "If there's a Mount Rushmore of wrestling dads, he would be on the face of it." And I thought that was really lovely. And talking about Brody and Amanda and the kids, it's just like, man, so much. Commercial, and we come back. We're gonna have Adam Page, Alex Reynolds, and John Silver. Against Santana, Ortiz, and MJF. Santana and Ortiz, for them, this is kind of old hat stuff. They're just so good at making guys look good. And MJF. And for the biggest surprise of the night, that was just awesome. When Wardlow came in and was sort of laying waste to people, and then Eric Rowan came in and took him out. I mean, you couldn't help but mark out, how is it that AEW has managed to have these moments of just like, holy crap? I mean, they did it with the appearance of Sting. They did it here. It's just unbelievable. And the kid smacking him with the kendo stick, smacking MJF, because in my day I would have been the guy taking that kendo stick hit. So I totally, I teared up a little bit at that. I just thought it was lovely. And then having John Silver win with the discus clothesline. I mean, what can you say? It's just fantastic. Fourth match. Oh, but before the fourth match, we heard from Eddie Kingston again. Eddie just talking, and it was great, and just so appropriate. The people that they let talk, it just worked. It just worked so well. This fourth match, Tay Conti and Anna Jay against Britt Baker and Penelope Ford. Kudos to, in particular, I just want to highlight it, Tay Conti and Britt Baker, who really did a great job directing traffic and making sure all the spots were hitting and working. It was the quality of the women wrestling has gone up exponentially in the last 3 months. And I've said that I thought Tay Conti was somebody who could really do a great job, and she just did great. I just wanted to point it out. Britt Baker, of course, has gotten better and better throughout the year, both in terms of gimmick and presence and overall everything. But she really did a great job here, playing the proper role of the heel. I was wondering, because I was like, Penelope Ford's got to lose this, so how's it going to happen? And she did that springboard cutter, but Anna Jay catching her. Anna Jay wrestled her best match she's wrestled so far, and what a night to do it. Hit her with that choke out, and then really great stuff. We promoted next week's show. But normally they would have done this earlier, so to me that told me they were like, all right, if this is, we got to do some little housekeeping here, but we'll just kind of get it done tastefully and then move on. And then they had Chris Jericho speak, and Chris Jericho is really great at this. Then we had our main, Hobbs Starks, Brian Cage with Taz and Hook at ringside against 10, Orange Cassidy and Cody Rhodes with Arn. Really phenomenal way to close it out, and kudos to Starks for taking that orange punch, Superman punch, the crossroads, and then the spine buster from 10. 10 was definitely had to fight through a lot of emotion, and the referee as well. And they came through in fine style. Here's the sense you got at AEW. Everybody was taking care of each other in this very sincere way, and there wasn't a disconnect between leaders and the soldiers. Everybody really felt like they were pulling in the same direction. I really got the sense that it's like, I think Tony Khan is somebody I would love to work for, right? That you would be proud to work for. Really great. I loved the unexpected finish of, like, after the match was done, Hook throwing Orange Cassidy. It was like, what is going on? Will Hobbs beating on Cody, and then the lights going out. and then you're expecting Sting, but you get Darby, which gets a reaction of its own, and then you get Sting, which was awesome. Taz's crew, small stuff, them selling the snow as they were standing in it was amazing. I just love that kind of stuff. And then we ended the night with a nice tribute to Brody Lee with a song playing and a bunch of pictures of him. Very understated, um, which was the right way to go. Instead of being over the top or making it about somebody else, they just let it be about him. And I thought, Tony Khan's speech was appropriate, bringing one of Brody's kids and the wife there and giving him the TNT title. It was just very sweet, and it was a nice reminder that wrestling really can serve as a medium um, of really wonderful things. And this was an example, and it was the best example, and it was the one we needed here at the end of 2020. So kudos to AEW. Um, I will get to the NXT report, but I will probably watch it tomorrow, so I'm a little more of a clear head. But I want to get this up right now. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you watched that show. And just, again, think about the ones that you love and hold them a little tighter. I said this in another video that a tradition that we have in my household, passed on to me by my parents, is on the first, you do the things that you want to do all year. And I'll tell you, I'll have my kids with me, and I'm going to hold them a little tighter and talk to them a little more. And we're going to binge watch, you know, Cobra Kai and RuPaul's Drag Race and all the other crazy stuff we do. But just a reminder of what it's all about. And we're setting the legacy that we're going to leave every single day. And that's important too. Anyway, rest in peace, John/Brody Lee. And my gosh, what a lovely, lovely event and evening. Thank you, AEW.